And we welcome those of you that have seen the Green Bay Packers continue to overpower their opponents 42-10 over the Chargers. We're just underway here in Texas. The Colts took the opening kickoff and now have a 3rd and 2 at the 49-yard line. Harbaugh rolling, throwing to Crockett. It'll be close to a first down. They mark it at the 48, and now a very late penalty. Flag thrown at midfield. Brock Marion makes the tackle of Crockett, who has been a workhorse in this opening series. He's handled the ball either catching it or running it all 5 plays. Just to fill you in, the opening kickoff taken by Aaron Bailey all the way to the Dallas 7-yard line. A 90-yard run was nullified by a penalty, but the Colts have ordered their camp and have moved rather impressively.
Holding number 26 on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty and a first down.
Kevin Smith with a penalty, the cornerback.
It's a blitz by the Dallas Cowboy defense, so they're in man coverage down the field, and Kevin Smith right there. What happened is he got fooled. The receiver was going to go across the formation and come back, and Marvin Harrison, that's why he had to grab on.
The Cowboy 46-yard line. Harrison, the rookie from Syracuse, a #1 draft pick in motion. Lamont Warren, his first carry to the 41-yard line. A gain of 5. No score early in Dallas. Let's go to New York.
All right, Dick, the New York Jets still very much in the game against Miami. Neil O'Donnell, 29 yards. Keyshawn Johnson at 6'3", comes in handy. He takes it away with the extra point. They're within 6, 33-27, just over 4 minutes to play in regulation, Dick.
Well, the Jets throwing a scare at the Dolphins as Miami attempts to go 3-0. 2nd and 5, or long 4, closer to 5. This is Crockett again, and they're finding running room thus far, Paul and Phil, just off that left tackle.
I'll tell you what they're doing so far. 7 offensive plays by the Indianapolis Colts, 7 different looks, and this time what they do, they just get some good angles here. You'll see the receiver come down inside, catch the Cowboys a little off guard, and create the hole to the outside. Zach Crockett, excellent job getting out there, but they got to do it with Mears. This offensive line is beat up. They can't stand in there and fight the Dallas defense man-to-man, so Lindy and Fonte is going to have to call every single play on that play sheet today.
3rd and 1. Again, it's Harrison in motion. They get the throw to him. Mix up in the backfield, and a false start, I believe, will be the call against the Colts. Dilger moved early. And welcome to Texas Stadium. Those of you who have seen the Oilers defeat the Baltimore Ravens 29-13. First possession of the game, the Colts took the opening kickoff and have marched to the Dallas now 41 after a 5-yard penalty. It'll now be 3rd down and 6 for Jim Harbaugh and the Colts against Barry Switzer's Super Bowl defending champions.
Dick, don't you have the feeling with all the guys that are hurt here with the Colts that they can't afford to get one guy hurt in any position? I mean, they came in here with 17 guys short.
And Jim Harbaugh, coming out in a shotgun that ran out of time, uses his first timeout. Just to again underline the fact the Colts had something special for the Cowboys. They returned the opening kickoff 90 yards to the Cowboy 7, called back illegal block, and Harbaugh nevertheless has generated a fine offensive move to the Dallas 41-yard line. A reminder for those of you surfing the web while you watch, follow the NFL on NBC Online and NBC.com/sports. Scoring updates and game summaries throughout the football day. Troy Aikman, did this bother you, Phil Simms, when a game would start, the other team would get the ball on the kickoff, and somehow it seemed forever before you got on the field?
Oh, it makes you antsy on the sideline, and you want the defense to go out there and stop them in 3 plays so you can get out there and keep the momentum going, and I think it does affect the other offense when you stand over on the sideline too long.
Colts break huddle, and for the first time show 4 wide receivers, Dawkins, Stabline, Harrison, and Bailey. Stabline in motion. Another false start.
That's Matthews, number 67. He left. Azeen left. You know, the one thing about this offense, though, that we're seeing today, it's almost like when you mentioned San Diego.
For 64 on the offense, moving prior to the snap. That's a 5-yard penalty, still third down.
They call it on Doug Weidel, the guard.
Well, look at the Matthews, the tackles on the end. I mean, he's going to move right here. He moves. That's a tackle. Weidell's the one guy that didn't move.
So from 3rd and 1, 2 false starts make it 3rd and 11. They pick up the blitz, and Harbaugh finds an open man. It's Dawkins who twists free and battles to the 30-yard line. Sean Dawkins' first catch is worth 18 yards.
What did Harbaugh say to us yesterday? I'm going to throw to this guy because he's big and strong. He can get the ball and move with it afterwards.
What happens here? Once the Dallas Cowboys, they have a blitz coming from the secondary. The Colts are ready for it. They pick it up and give Jim Harbaugh that extra time. The Cowboys blow the coverage. Nobody over there to pick up the wide receiver.
Harbaugh with a phenomenal quarterback rating is 3 for 3 at the start, and he finds Dawkins, who starred with the Bears of California. First down inside the Cowboys 30. Draw play to Crockett. Big hole. And Crockett near another first down. A gain of about 9 before Darren Smith can make the stop, assisted by Brock Marion.
One thing, what I was going to say before about this game, we saw this guy in San Diego last year, Crockett, just eat up San Diego. This offense is all around Marshall Faulk. So now you start giving the ball to the fullback all the time, you got to think that this offense, they're not going to change that much. They're going to keep it with Warren in the back, but they're giving it to Crockett all the time, and this guy's just tearing up this defensive line.
Second down and 1. The Colts have already used 6.5 minutes. And hit hard, but falls forward. Fred Strickland, picked up as an unrestricted free agent. Green Bay Packers last year, makes the tackle. He replaces Robert Jones, in fact even wearing Jones's number 55. Jones on to St. Louis.
Fred Strickland has really done an excellent job since he's come to the Cowboys, and Dave Campbell, the defensive coordinator, told us, he says he's given us some toughness inside and physicalness that we didn't have last year from tackle to tackle. Maybe not as fast, but we were a little weak inside, and he's really added some strength to the inside of the defense.
7-minute drive. First down now at the 18. Cowboys have been tough defensively in the red zone. A bullet thrown for Stadline, and Strickland there to break up the play.
Oh, Phil, he had Gross, the fullback, wide open in the flat, number 33, and absolutely nobody covered him. He was out there by himself, and I know it's a lot easier for us up here, but when you look, you see 33 in the backfield. When he comes out, he goes out into the flat, and nobody is there, and he try to force this ball.
Little pressure by the defensive line makes Jim Harbaugh speed up just a second faster than he wanted to. That's the reason why he didn't find the open receiver in the flat.
And nothing there. Fred Strickland again plugs the hole with an assist from Chad Hennings.
Well, so far I can really already tell that the Indianapolis Colts are just going to try to go against. There's Dave Campbell, the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. He has his work cut out for him today, because Lindy and Fonte, with the formations in place, you never know what he's going to call. Always very aggressive, and I would call him a fearless play caller, not worried about the consequences.
Certainly innovative, creative, wakes up in the middle of the night and draws plays, he told us. 4 wide receivers. Harbaugh scrambling, throws wide open. It's complete to Dawkins, and he has a first and goal at the 2-yard line. 17-yard scramble pass by Harbaugh. Is there anyone better?
Jim Harbaugh, Dave Campbell says the one thing we got to do is show some discipline on the defensive line. Keep Jim Harbaugh in the pocket, because when you let him step up, not quite as great as John Elway when he steps up, but he always finds the open receiver down the field when he moves in the pocket.
Dawkins' second catch on this drive, and they spot it on the 1-yard line. 4 shots for the Colts to take the early lead, although it's not too early. There's only 6.5 minutes left in the quarter. Give it to Crockett. Fumbled the ball, and I believe the Colts fell on it. Unfortunately, a blue jersey was there. Matthews, Jason Matthews, the right tackle, who played here in Texas as college ball at Texas A&M.
You know, one thing I don't like, Phil, I don't like when you have a single back in the backfield and just give him the ball. I mean, the blocking is really not there. When Tony Casillas makes the play, Matthews gets the fumble, but you know he's the only guy that's going to carry the ball. You've got a back in there, you had Warren back there, and you put him in motion. I mean, what's he doing? He doesn't do anything for you.
Again, they send Warren way out to the right. Lost a yard on the play. 2nd and goal at the 2. Harbaugh. Wide open Dilger. Ken Dilger. A flag is down. But this young tight end in his 2nd year out of Illinois, spearing that one almost one-handed. He had a brilliant pick.
It's against the Colts.
Well, that's a play that you see commonly in the leagues, rarely called. They caught the Colts this time.
I got it. 25.
Bernie Kukar, the referee, with the call.
Pass interference on the offense, number 85. That's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Well, they call the penalty on Ken Dilger right down here at the bottom. He's going to go inside and try to clear the way. They were expecting man coverage right there. You see just a little bump. Boy.
No, wait a minute. I'm going to tell you what. Hold on. This is not offensive pass. Well, he gets his hands out. That's what they call. I thought Lamont Warren was the guy that went in and made a pick.
Lamont Warren did. Ken Dilger right there. I did not think that was the penalty.
So it's 2nd and goal after the 10-yard penalty. That's the 4th penalty on this drive, and yet the Colts are still alive. Into the flat, complete to Warren. Ran out of room at the 6-yard line. Darren Smith, the linebacker, covering. 3rd and goal from the 6.
You know, do you get the feeling that when you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys, this team came in here, they're hurt. They put 17 guys on the injured list, Dick, and they're coming in here. Most of their starters are gone. Their 2 defensive ends are missing. Marshall Faulk is not in the ball game. They had to move some offensive linemen around. And you think they might have taken this team a little lightly?
Well, the Cowboys, their strength this year, the defense, they feel maybe the best defense of any of the Super Bowl teams. Harbaugh, 3rd and goal. Is it trapped? Yes. Aaron Bailey unable to pick it off cleanly. George Teague, a former Packer, on the coverage. And another flag apparently on the play. Against the Cowboys, a legal man downfield. Or against the Colts. See if the Cowboys give Harbaugh a chance at a long play or just decline it and force the field goal try.
I think the Cowboys are just happy to get out of this situation here,
with
giving up a field goal.
The Colts have consumed over 10 minutes of this opening quarter on this drive.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men moving at the same time. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, I think you're right, Phil. We'll give you 3. We're not going to give Harbaugh another shot at us.
For Lindy Infante, he wanted a touchdown, not a field goal, but at least he's rested a wounded defense with that long drive. Terry Blanchard, 2 for 2 on the young season. This is 24 yards. And the Indianapolis Colts draw the early lead on a tenacious drive with the opening kickoff. Despite 5 penalties, they're still able to get the 3. Let's look at some of the other scores of the early rounds in Green Bay. Many feel that's the team this year, and they've done little to discourage those thoughts. Miami trying to hang on there as time running out. In Florida, Minnesota with a field goal lead in the final minute. In Chicago, the Eagles beat the Lions. Houston, the Oilers, kind of shame that with the thought of moving on to Tennessee, they have so little home support. New England gets its first win of the year. So does Cincinnati.
That's going to make Mike Ditka happy that Bledsoe stepped up and completed some passes, and they won the game.
Kansas City a touchdown early at Seattle. No score. Jacksonville at Oakland, the Raiders home opener.
There's Phil's happy. The Giants haven't scored, but neither has Washington.
Behind. That's right.
That's right. They're not behind.
Yeah.
Gardocki, former Bear, to kick it off. Kevin Williams deep for the Cowboys. Williams from the 3. Former University of Miami star has some blockers and holds his ground out to the 34-yard line before Marcus Pollard can make the tackle. Troy Aikman finally gets a chance to play, and he's got that huge offensive line. Pro Bowl talent at every position. Tuanay, Newton, Donaldson, a former Colt, Allen, and Williams. With Aikman in the backfield, the incomparable Emmitt Smith, Earl Johnston, the blocker, the Moose, Kevin Williams, Deion Sanders are the wide receivers, and Eric Bjornsson for the injured Jay Novacek. Ernie Zampese, the offensive coordinator.
Must be planning on doing a lot of writing. He's got 4 pens in his hand.
Aikman, and Smith, after 5 yards, hit hard by Jeff Parrott, who has led the Colts in tackles 6 of his 7 seasons. Here's the Indianapolis lineup with Bernard Whittington and Richard Dent starting for the injured Ellis Johnson and Tony Bennett. McCoy and Siragusa inside. Elijah Alexander hasn't made a hit until today. He has to play because the injured is Steve Grant. Harrod, Coriat, Buchanan, and Daniel at the corners. Tate and Belser at safety. Second and a short 5. Aikman down the middle to Deion, and a first down at the Colts 45. 16 on the play. Ray Buchanan made the tackle.
Troy Aikman, we know he has power and accuracy, but watch Deion Sanders right here go down the field. Troy Aikman drop back, but watch how quick he throws the ball before Deion's even looking. Troy anticipates. That's the thing that really sets him apart from all other quarterbacks. The ball is already on its way and coming. Deion Sanders turns. Boom, the ball hits you.
First down, Aikman into the flat to Daryl Johnston. And the cry of Moose says he steps out of bounds at the 36, a gain of 9. Eugene Daniels, the tackler.
Well, Deion Sanders has a helmet for whichever side he decides to play on, offense and defense.
See the double bar on the offensive side.
See the defense right here. Look at these bars. The reason on there's the defensive helmet again. The offense, he wants that no bar so he can really see what's happening down the field and see the ball when it's coming at him.
And Smith on 2nd and 1 has some running room and is spun down after a first down at the 27-yard line. Now the Dallas Cowboys marching into field goal range quickly. As we welcome those of you who've seen Jimmy Johnson's Dolphins win their 3rd in a row, and the Jets 0-3.
The legend lives on of Jimmy Johnson, 3-0.
Jerry Jones always interested in those scores for Miami. 3-0 on Terry Blanchard's 24-yard Colt field goal. This is the first possession for Dallas, and they're quickly into Colt territory. And Emmitt Smith running over tacklers and officials. First down inside the 15.
The Indianapolis Colts said they knew that the Dallas Cowboy offense was going to come this way and attack number 96, Richard Dent. Richard Dent tries to change up right here and speed back into the backfield. Nice kick out by Larry Allen. So far, the Dallas Cowboys, a couple rushes going left against Richard Dent with Mark Tuanay on him.
Well, we talked about Emmitt and how good he is and why he is because they got that all-pro line.
And again, his 4th carry, and he stopped at the 10-yard line. So in 4 carries, Smith with 32 yards.
We talked to Jim Johnson yesterday, and we're talking about, this is a hurt football team, the Colts. And we're not going to keep bringing it up all the time, but they are hurt. So we talked to him, they have a 4-3 defense. I said to him, well, look, why wouldn't you just go to 3-4? That way you save some of your defensive linemen. He said that'd be all well and good, except they don't have enough linebackers to go 3-4.
Not enough linemen, not enough linebackers.
Not enough offensive linemen either today.
1 minute remaining in the opening quarter. The Cowboys on 2nd down and 6. Aikman incomplete to Johnston. Tried for the one-hander.
Johnston, I said Jim Jackson is Johnson. Johnson, defensive coordinator.
You're right.
Did I say Johnson?
Yes.
No, I didn't. I said Jackson, but I want to make sure it's Johnson. There he is. Hi, Jim.
He's way back.
Yeah,
You've got a real little communication thing going here.
You know, you really don't appreciate what coaches go through when they have to interchange people all the time. I mean, you look at Dallas, pretty much said, even Barry Switzer said, this is the healthiest we've been this year, and they're kind of set. Then the Colts trying to put a makeshift offense and defense together.
4 wide receivers for the Cowboys.
12 people on offense for the Cowboys.
And so a timeout called by Aikman. Just 57 seconds left in the opening quarter.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Oldsmobile and your local Oldsmobile retailers. By DirecTV, satellite TV at its best. By Coca-Cola Classic, always the real thing, always Coca-Cola. And by Cigna, a business of caring.
Welcome back to Dallas-Fort Worth. The Colts with the early lead 3-0. But it's the Cowboys who play so well in the opening quarter. 95. Look how they outscore the opposition, including playoffs. They're 17-3, counting the field goal today by the Colts. They get the early lead. That's part of their success story. Emmitt Smith on the draw. He's close to the first down. They mark it at the 5. That'll be a yard shy, 4th and 1. See what Barry Switzer will do. Will he try to go for the tie, or will he take the chance on 4th and 1?
Well, he has never been shy about going for it on 4th and 1. He says go for it. And you cannot blame him, the fact that they're really opening up such big holes up front. They're dominating the line of scrimmage.
Lindy Infante and Jim Johnson counter with some extra beef. Bring in Tony Siragusa. Siragusa said, man, me against Nate Newton. He said, just our butts alone will fill up 2 or 3 holes.
Every hole turns into a sweep, every run.
Take by Aikman. Throw wide open. Touchdown, Darryl Johnston.
You know, I think the linebacker, Alexander, number 50, blew the coverage. I mean, what do you think? It's 4th and short. You've got the best offensive line in professional football. You got Emmitt. You're gonna run the football. He steps back and throws at Aikman. Isn't that great?
Darryl Johnston is such a tremendous complimentary player. Does all the blocking, the tough stuff, and they cheer him when he gets a chance. And he clutches the 5-yard touchdown pass. Boniol's try for point. And the Cowboys lead it with 9 seconds left in the opening quarter, 7-3. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Solheim Cup, the women's answer to the Ryder Cup, next weekend on NBC. Same format as the Ryder Cup here. Dallas and Emmitt Smith. 7-3 in the opening quarter. Aaron Bailey took the opening kickoff and frightened the Cowboys, but the penalty took that back, and then a touchdown was nullified to Dilger on a penalty, and the Colts settled for a field goal. Take over on the 28. Zach Crockett across the 30 to the 31, a gain of 3. Here's the opening kickoff and some beautiful moves by Aaron Bailey. He stepped out of bounds at the 9-yard line, but that was called back on the penalty to the 28, and then Dilger called for pushing off, and this touchdown was nullified, and the Colts settled for the 24-yard field goal and a 3-0 lead. 2nd down and 7. Indianapolis again playing without their star runner and receiver, Marshall Faulk. Harbaugh scrambling, looking for help. Watch out! He's leveled, picked up by Deion Sanders, touchdown! Primetime apologized after his touchdown reception last week. He said, I was out of step. I was embarrassed. I want to make a public apology. Well, he's had a chance to practice. Tony Tolbert makes the hit from behind right here. And Deion with a beautiful bounce, a one-hopper and a 22-yard touchdown.
Paul, you had to work with him a little this week, didn't you, to get him back in step?
Yeah, choreographed that last one. That looked pretty good. I thought I worked very well with him.
Give him about a 9.0, though. Boniol makes it 14-3. And typically, Sanders just in the right place with a bounce. The man who made the play, Tony Tolbert.
Well, it just shows the hustle of Tony Tolbert. Here he comes back. He was blocked once. He goes by the quarterback. And I don't know what Harbaugh's thinking. Against this defense, you're not playing some rinky-dink team. You don't have that kind of time to be dancing around and then wait to set yourself up. Tolbert just hit him. Dion picks it up. It's 6.
Deion Sanders, 22 yards for the touchdown on the fumble recovery. Now, this is last week after he caught an 8-yard pass. You can just see, I mean, even Paul picked this up, just not rhythmic enough. It's not there, the primetime move, but he's got it now. Stop. There.
Yeah, he gathered himself. Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
It's the hands that really make, pulls it all together.
I'll tell you, I had to work with him for a long time to get this down right.
So 14-3. As the Cowboys strike, and now Aaron Bailey again to the 30-yard line, and with it a timeout. 13:58 left in the half. Cowboys 14, Colts 3.
Welcome back to Dallas. I'm Jim Gray. Well, Deion Sanders, I asked him about his dance, and he said last night he practiced it because he never wanted to be that embarrassed again if he was so fortunate to get into the end zone. He said he practiced it last night because a lot of his fans want to see him do his dance, and he didn't want to look that bad or be embarrassed again, Dick.
All right, Jim. Look at this. He scored every way possible, but by a safety, 16th career touchdown for the big play man, Deion Sanders. Harbaugh and the Colts come back throwing, and it's the first catch for rookie Marvin Harrison. He's twisted down after a 7-yard play. Let's check on action elsewhere. We go to New York and Greg Gumbel.
All right, thanks very much, Dick. Well, as far as defensive backs getting offensive, how about Dale Carter helping to fill in for all the injured Chiefs receivers? He's on the receiving end of a 46-yard touchdown pass from Steve Bono. The Chiefs lead the Seattle Seahawks 14-0 in the second, Dick.
No, Dale, we got to work. We'll see him next week. We got to work on his dance. Dale's not doing very well.
Well, we got a trend here. These defensive backs becoming offensive weapons. Lamont Warren stuffed by Charles Haley with Casillas and Strickland there to support.
Phil, they sent everybody this time. I mean, they had 7 guys coming.
Well, running situations that the Cowboys guessed right. Really, this offensive line, we've talked about it, Paul. It's beat up. It's not very good. They just cannot contain the strength and speed of the Cowboy defense.
It'll be 3rd down and a long 5. As the Colts, Harbaugh goes into the shotgun with 3 wide receivers right. To Dawkins against Dion, and incomplete, and they're going to call interference on Sanders, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be against Dion because they're waving him down. Dion, when we talked to Harbaugh about this, and he said, everybody stays away from Deion Sanders. Are you? Because everybody does. He said, look, I've got Dawkins out there.
Defensive pass interference, number 21. That's a first down.
He's big, he's strong, and he can fight Deion Sanders. And on this play, he does.
Anytime that Deion Sanders is locked up today with Sean Dawkins one-on-one, Jim Harbaugh says, I will go to him. And right there, you can see the left hand of Deion getting in front of the receiver and impeding his progress. That's the reason why it's defensive holding.
What are these people booing for? Don't they know what defensive pass interference?
Well, at the end of the play, they're looking at the end of the play where it appeared he made a clean deflection. Harbaugh gets out of some trouble and decides to slide down. Look at the speed of Leon Lett. He was running right with Harbaugh. The big cat for Pro Bowler Leon Lett chasing down Harbaugh. Didn't want to take any chances on injury.
Well, Azeen at the top, number 75. First of all, he holds Charles Haley. But watch Leon Lett. He's held at the line of scrimmage. They're double team. But then he gets out and he sees Harbaugh. That's hustle.
And you're right, Dick. Look at him run. And there's not many quarterbacks could outrun him in that situation. 295 pounds and still runs like a linebacker.
2nd down and 9. Harbaugh again, pressured in the cup. Leon Lett gets the sack. But it was Charles Haley who really blew up the blocking.
Yeah, he took Wydell, the guard, all the way back to the quarterback. And when that happens, even Harbaugh said, if they're going to rush in lanes and they want to keep me in the pocket like this, now watch Haley come in inside. And Wydell, number 64, is going to come back out, try to get him here. But Harbaugh, I think, tripped on his own man.
Second sack today for the Cowboys. Third down and 13 for Harbaugh. Down the middle, intercepted. Roger Harper, who had a broken arm in the summer camp. This is his first game. How about that for a Cowboy debut? Harper, the former Atlanta Falcon.
That's what happens to a quarterback when he gets pressure from the defensive lineman. Jim Harbaugh, what he does, he panics just a little. He steps up, he feels a little pressure, doesn't see the safety in the middle, throws the easy interception for Roger Harper.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Nissan, who reminds you that life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. By Aetna Retirement Services. Build for retirement. Manage for life. And by Snickers. Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Hungry? Why wait?
No one threw less interceptions than Harbaugh last year. Only 5 times was he picked off. We're going to show you what happened on the interception by Harper. But first, Aikman setting up at midfield. And he gives to Emmitt Smith a yard gain, perhaps. Let's go back to the interception.
You know, but Phil, it looked like he did have time to throw.
He did, Paul. Here's Roger Harper. Watch him step up here. What he's looking for is inside crossing routes, and if Harbaugh scrambles up, he would come up and help out in a run. Look at him reading the quarterback's eyes. He sees the inside route, really makes the easy interception. And pressure just makes quarterbacks make decisions. Watch Jim Harbaugh upset. It just makes you make decisions that you normally wouldn't do.
Second time he's been intercepted this year, as we said, 5 all of last year. Second and 9. Aikman over the middle, complete. As he goes to his tight end, Eric Bjornsson. Bjornsson's 5th catch of the year. He's the second-year tight end out of the University of Washington.
Yeah, but this is a perfect pass. Watch left of your screen. Bjornsson, he's out the field in that slot, and he just hits the ball perfectly. Alexander can't get there, the linebacker, and it's a first down.
Jay Novacek, who caught an average of 57 passes in his last 6 years, 22 touchdowns. Sorely missed, so Bjornsson trying to fill those shoes. Bad back injury for Novacek. But he, even in a play like that, winds up with a 3-yard gain.
You know, Dick, there is some question, you know, around here when you're talking about Novacek, and he's one of the premier tight ends the game has known, may not come back ever. I mean, there's just that possibility. He's just, that lower back of his is just driving him crazy.
He just can't seem to stop the pain. And
Troy Aikman was talking about him and actually was hoping he'd be on the sideline because he believes Jay Novacek just being around, standing around on the sideline is inspiration to the team.
Colts were offside. Free play for Aikman. Goes to Herschel Walker. Caught the ball out of bounds. They're going to call that interference. Was it a catchable ball? Apparently.
Herschel gets knocked out of bounds, I think, by Alexander. He's covered him downfield, and he knocks Herschel out of bounds. You got offside and pass interference. But, you know, I love this. What? They look at you like, what? And then when you see it, you'll know what. Here's what is.
Well, Elijah Alexander does have the speed to run down the field with Herschel Walker,
but
he's in perfect position. Just turn around and look for the ball. The sideline is your friend if you're the defender. He had Herschel squeezed to the sideline, but just bumps him and pushes him out of bounds.
Elijah Alexander played with the Denver Broncos, signed as a free agent by the Colts in August. This is the first time he's really had pads on.
He got hurt taking the team physical. He pulled a hamstring, and well, that's just a bad sign. But
that's going all out, though.
Yeah, that is. It was a tough physical.
Fell off the table.
On first down, Aikman. It's a screen to Johnston. And Weeks works his way. May have fumbled. Nope. continues on as he crosses the 15-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play.
I'll tell you, Deion Sanders, he got lost in this mess. Deion had no idea what he's doing. He's in the middle of this whole mess where the screen is.
He was coming in going to throw one of those blocks on somebody, Paul, and, well, he went in there and he thought about it, and he says, well, they don't need me this play, so he just let it go.
I think he got lost in that crowd. He said, let me get out of here. I'm in the middle of all these big people.
That's right.
2nd and 4. Kevin Williams right, Deion left. Cutting back. He just makes something out of nothing, ad-libs his way to the 10-yard line, just shy of the first down. Emmitt Smith, such a vital cog in the Dallas offensive machinery. Last year in the league, no one more important to his offense than Smith. Nearly 37% of the yards gained from Emmitt, who won his 4th rushing title in 5 years.
What's impressive about that is that this Cowboy offense does it running and passing, so to be that high a percentage of the offense just tells you how important he is.
3rd and 1, Emmitt again. First down to the 8-yard line. Smith hungry for his first rushing touchdown of the season. He picked off one receiving last week, but he doesn't go very long without a rushing score.
Well, there was a good example early in the game when they're in a short yardage situation. They threw it because teams are trying to stop Emmitt down inside the 10 for getting those rushing touchdowns. And as you can see, he's made it look pretty easy in his career scoring touchdowns once they get inside the 10 with a run.
Boy, 96 rushing touchdowns in 96 games for Emmitt Smith, who is only 27 in his 7th year. 1st and goal. Aikman to his tight end, Bjornsson. And they struggle, the Colts defense, to bring him down. They're going to spot progress at about the 2. Diedrich Mathis, the rookie from Houston, made the hit.
Eric Bjornsson, the tight end, number 86, does a good job of going down and just getting his body in front of the defender. And that's all you have to do when you probably have the most accurate passer in the NFL throwing the football to you.
Bjornsson was a quarterback, a star quarterback in Oakland, California in high school. So he, like Novacek, a very thinking sort of tight end. 2nd and goal. Derek Ware in motion. Emmitt Smith walks it in. Touchdown of this season, his 97th career, and of course all of his touchdowns, the football is preserved. He's given 4 away. The rest go home to Pensacola, Florida, to the parents. Adds the extra point. So the interception by Roger Harper, and the Cowboys strike quickly. 50 yards in 8 plays. Emmitt Smith, touchdown. That sounds like an echo in Dallas.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call now to enjoy a hot and delicious Domino's Pizza by halftime. For hot and wow, call Domino's now.
Dallas Cowboys used 2 turnovers to score 2 touchdowns and a 21-3 lead. There goes the 102nd career touchdown, 97th rushing. It'll be marked by the equipment manager. Said he's given 4 away. He's working out a deal with Cal Ripken to trade one of Ripken's bats for a touchdown football. Aaron Bailey, another return opportunity, and he sees some daylight at the 40, 50, and finally it's Boniol who cuts him off at the Dallas 45. 50-yard return by Aaron Bailey. Get ready, Cal Ripken.
Okay, this play is actually designed to go out in here, and it's going to end up back in here. But watch what Emmitt Smith does. Nate Newton says he always runs to daylight. He doesn't run to darkness. Watch this. Once he sees the hole, he just slides it and walks in. That makes it look too easy.
Yeah, Nate said last year, Emmitt doesn't run to darkness. He doesn't run into the pile. He looks for the daylight. First down on Bailey's 50-yard kickoff return to the Dallas 45. The Colts need some points. Draw play and a big hole for Crockett. Runs into his own and stopped at the 38-yard line. Fred Strickland and others. Brock Marion to make the stop. As the Cowboys put 2 turnovers into 14 points. Fumble by recovery by Deion Sanders, forced by Tony Tolbert, 22 yards for a score, and then Roger Harper's interception. 8 plays later, Emmitt Smith with the 2-yard touchdown run. 2nd and 3.
Bernie Zampese, he's beating up that gum, you know what? He doesn't chew it, he beats it.
Lamont Warren for Marshall Faulk in motion. Under pressure again, throws it away.
You know what? There wasn't one soul even close to being open, Phil. I mean, not even close.
But what it shows you, too, 2nd and 3, the Indianapolis Colts trying to go against the grain. They throw a passing play instead of running. But watch when you look down the field, Jim Harbaugh's a quarterback, and if you stop it right there, look, the defenders covered. Everybody's covered. And Harbaugh's learned after the fumble and the interception, when it's not there, throw it away.
It's hot in the 80s, steamy, about 70% humidity after the morning rains. 3rd and 3. And Lamont Warren does not get the first down. He's a yard shy as Fred Strickland again makes a big play.
I'm looking at 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
Here. You're at the 35-yard line, and you're running the ball fairly well against Dallas.
Well, they're catching them off guard with one. They ran it right there on 3rd and 3 because they knew, Lindy and Fonny says, if we get any positive yardage, we got to go for it on 4th because he needs points today.
Vince Workman comes in for the first time, the veteran from Ohio State. Number 46. Crockett, 32. 4th and 1. Harbaugh drills it complete. Strickland tackles Marvin Harrison, the rookie. It's good enough for the first down.
Marvin Harrison, a rookie, and Jim Harbaugh told us yesterday, watch Marvin Harrison come over the middle. He sees he's covered. Look at him. He does a good job of breaking back outside. And he says, for a rookie, he has tremendous feel going inside and just knowing where the defenders are. Excellent job. Jim Harbaugh throws a hard ball inside, and he makes an excellent catch.
That was where he really created a little opening for Harbaugh and the first down at the 32. No, check that. That's Cliff Gross. Gross in for Crockett. Everyone thought that Harbaugh had been sacked, but it was Gross who had the ball in a 20-yard gain.
Phil told me, he says, when do you see this guy run? He is like a steamroller. Here he comes right up the middle. Watch this. Everybody goes after Harbaugh, the lineman, and here comes Gross. And when he picks up steam, he's looking to hit somebody else.
That's right. He's looking for contact. When you have a body like that, you want contact.
Well, that's the first time he's carried the ball as a Colt. Didn't carry it last year. That's his first this year. He's 245 pounds.
You can hear those guys just when you hit this guy.
Give it back to him. He played at Texas A&M, so he has a lot of fans and family here rooting for him. And he's not bad with the vocals either. He sang the national anthem before one of the Colts games. Cliff Gross.
So they got a singer, they got a piano player. This team's got it all.
Bernard Whittington, an excellent pianist. So Gross, after the 20-yard run, picks up another 5. Harbaugh. Incomplete, intended for Marcus Pollard. The tight end, Darren Smith covering.
One thing I don't like about this play, Phil, is, I mean, he's throwing it to Pollard, but Pollard should be in the end zone. I mean, you're going to throw a pass. You need to get on the scoreboard. It is 2nd down and about 5 or 6, and then you throw the ball short with a receiver. Should work his way to the end zone.
Should have got it.
That's right. He just catch the football, stumble to the 1 or 2, and then take 4 chances from there to get in to the end zone.
3rd and 5. Incomplete again. Goes to Lamont Warren, and Darren Smith, who's all over the field this first half, makes another play.
Ken Dilger never got out. I mean, he got held. He couldn't get out to get into pattern. They almost ripped his shirt off.
Jim Harbaugh drops back that time, and the Colts do a good job of covering. Look, watch him here. Look to the right, looking. Please, somebody get open. Right there, really good presence and stayed relaxed and found probably the only person on the field that he could throw the football to.
Unless it's a fake, it's Blanchard from 25. And Kerry Blanchard 2 for 2, 1 from 24. First possession, and now 25-yard field goal. But it's the Colts scoring field goals, the Cowboys touchdowns.
Take a look right up here. Here's Dilger. That's our guy. He gets held, and this is where Harbaugh was looking. When we showed him his eyes, look where he's looking. Dilger can't get out. Tobert's got him by the shirt, and then Harbaugh has to go back to the other side.
Blanchard's kickoff deep in the end zone, and Kevin Williams will take the touchback at the 20. Let's go back and check the problems for Dilger again.
Well, when you see it up here, you're going to see Tony Tolbert. He grabs Dilger by the jersey. Now, Harbaugh, if you look at him, he's looking at Dilger. So when he comes back and throws, watch what he does to the official. He throws the ball away, and then he, watch this. Watch this. Holding. I can see it. Why can't you? Now he's back in the official's face again.
No, he went to the sideline, got a different one. He wants to complain to all of them, and that's what you do.
Every one of them?
Nobody's going to pay attention, but you know, you just got to get it out of your system.
The Colts settled for the field goal. It's 21-6 Dallas as we approach the 2-minute warning here in the first half. 2:26 left. Aikman. Damn it. For 5. Diedrich Mathis on the corner made the tackle.
Dick, you know, the one thing about Emmitt Smith, when you watch him run, there's a play in that last drive where he's going to the right. Don't ever overrun him. You've got to stay back home, at least somebody, because he's going to come back to you.
2-minute timeout in Texas.
I'm Greg Gumbel in New York. In Oakland, the Raiders trying to snap an 8-game losing streak that stretches back to last season. Jeff Hostetler in the lineup first time this year. His first touchdown pass, a 19-yarder to Tim Brown. The Raiders lead the Jaguars 7-0, 5.5 to play in the first half. Let's go back to Dallas. Dick and company.
All right, Greg, talk about a team hungry for a win, the Oakland Raiders. Here it's the Dallas Cowboys impressively this first half on both sides of the ball. 21-6. Troy Aikman has missed on only one pass attempt, has a touchdown throw as well. 2nd and 5. Give it to Johnston. Darrell Johnston for a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and short. Richard Dent, the veteran, former Chicago Bears star, Super Bowl 20 most valuable player, wearing number 96 in on that tackle. One of your old buddies, Phil Simms.
Oh, yes, Richard. We had a little affair going there for a while. He hit me so many times. And he was really quite the pass rusher. And what's really interesting and amazing, he set out a year, and I think he's been a tremendous force in the first 2 games for this Indianapolis defense.
The all-time sack masters, Dent. 3rd down and 3. Emmitt Smith trying to get outside and caught by an ankle. Big play by Sammy Burroughs, the free agent rookie out of Portland State. Signed as a free agent by these Colts. Burroughs is playing the spot that Trev Alberts normally would occupy. He's out with shoulder surgery.
And the one thing he brings to this defense is speed. Right there, he gets caught inside, but it doesn't matter. He's able to jump back outside and catch Emmitt Smith by the ankles. And not a big guy, but he can really run and cover a lot of ground on the field.
Colts call time. They have 1 timeout remaining. They stop the clock with 1:13 left in the half. They'll get another chance to try to cut into that Dallas advantage.
That was about as conservative as a series of offensive plays I've ever seen the Dallas Cowboys have, and they've had great success running and throwing. And right there, they stick to 3 runs, and I'm not quite sure why.
Well, they want to run this thing out. They got a 21-6 lead. You got 50, and don't create something. Don't give them a turnover in your territory. Make them earn it.
Get a chance to see Marvin Harrison, who just dazzled folks in New York with his great punt returns last week. Over 100 yards on 6 kick returns. John Jett's punt is high and short. Harrison at the 34-yard line with a fair catch. 41-yard punt, no return. Speaking of returns, NBC's biggest night of television premieres Return this Thursday. Season premiere of Friends, The Single Guy, Seinfeld, and the series premiere of Brooke Shields' new comedy, Suddenly Susan. That's must-see TV. NBC Thursday nights.
Now, Paul, there's some sweating going on right there with those three big offensive linemen. There's got to be a puddle under that bench from them just sitting there those few minutes.
Deion Sanders lines up almost solo coverage on the near side against Sean Dawkins as Harbaugh keeps it. Runs it out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Jim Gray's down on the field.
Well, Dick, you've been talking about the weather all day, the heat and the humidity down here. Chad Hennings, the defensive lineman for the Cowboys, just been taken into the locker room being treated for dehydration. We're told he'll be back in the second half. Dick?
Did you ever have to have one of those IVs or anything, Phil Simms, that run out of...
No, that only happens to people that really hustle and work hard. And, you know, I was a quarterback, so...
I won't even ask you, Paul.
I did. I really did.
They didn't invent it when you were playing.
No, they didn't. No.
I want to know what they'd have in the IV for Paul. That's what I want to know.
Second doubted. 6. Dumps it off to Warren. Good pass by Harbaugh. Just a little flick pass in the flat and a first down at midfield.
That is really understanding your offense. Jim Harbaugh drops back. There's nothing down the field. He feels the pressure. He knows his outlet is to the right of him, the running back. Watch his eyes. He's looking at the field. No, I'm in trouble. Throw it to the outlet. It's a zone defense. Excellent job.
He said Lindy and Fonnie's offense is quarterback friendly. Obviously.
This 9-point, you judge quarterbacks on yards per attempt, and right there, Jim Harbaugh lead the league in yards per attempt. Very impressive.
54 seconds remaining in the half. Harbaugh come back to Sean Dawkins, and he's to the 40-yard line working against Deion Sanders. Another first down. A hurry up for the Colts. They have but one timeout left. You see 38 seconds left in the half. Dallas leads it 21-6. First out of the shotgun, Harbaugh. They bring the blitz. Harbaugh in trouble. Has to throw it away. No flag. 28 seconds left in the half.
Jim Harbaugh, that play was destroyed by Brock Marion right up here coming on the blitz. And it gives him a little trouble with protection. He feels the pressure right there coming on the outside, and he has to get rid of the football.
You know, when you see the defense like this and you're coming down the field towards the end of the half, and they know they only have one timeout left, the thing that is really open if you can get the ball there is the middle of the field. They give you that spot.
And Ken Dilger is a man who likes to work the middle, the tight end. No gain as Bill Bates, the veteran from Tennessee. They've only had 3 coaches in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, and this man has played for all 3, as has Mark Tuinay, Tom Landry, Jimmy Johnson, and now Barry Switzer. That's when you're a veteran. Coming up at halftime, the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC halftime report. Messrs. Gumbel, Ditka, and Collinsworth in our New York studios getting you caught up on all the scores and highlights from around the league. Week 3 in the NFL.
You know, if they don't pick this thing up, I think Kerry Blanchard will try another field goal. And the reason we saw him before the game, Dick, he was hitting 59-yard field goals, folks.
Into the net.
Yeah, on the top of the net.
Yeah.
And one from this spot on the field would be 56 or 7.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
But all the timeouts gone. Harbaugh has to throw it incomplete or work the sidelines. Can't really afford a completion in the middle of the field. He's going to run to the sidelines, try to find yardage. Out of bounds at the 35. 11 seconds. Do you try another play?
No. Fourth down.
Fourth down now. If you kick the field goal, there could be a couple seconds left. But what it does, it only gives the Cowboys one play, which is important. Not time for one play and maybe kick a field goal.
Excuse me, Dick. I was going to say he would have been better off throwing the ball again to Warren, who was wide open going down the sideline. But he elected to run the ball himself. Maybe a safe play.
4th down and 5. It'll be a 53-yard attempt by Kerry Blanchard, who is 4 for 4 on the young season. Boy, does he have a leg. It's long enough. It is good.
Hello.
53 yards by Blanchard, and that's that's a moral lift for the Colts. It gets them under that 2-touchdown lead, 21-9.
Well, I'm serious, folks. We were watching this guy before the game, and he just powers the ball. Look at this, the whip in his leg. He knew it. Yeah. Hello.
Blanchard, who has been all around professional football, Dallas, Sacramento, New Orleans, the Jets, Minnesota, New Orleans, finally Indianapolis. He's been cut by 3 teams and failed tryouts and 6 others. And then you see a man kick the way he has the last 2 years, has a 3-year contract.
I'm going to tell you something. That thing went 53, but it would have gone another 10. As high as it was.
Officially, they say 52. It was just inside the 53-yard mark, but who's going to quibble?
Picky. But we know one thing, though, Phil. You don't beat the Dallas Cowboys with field goals.
No, not when your defense is beat up as it is in the Indianapolis Colts. So they're going to have to come out here in the second half and, again, keep challenging the Cowboy defense and take some chances. They got to look for big plays, Paul. That's what they're going to need in the second half.
Gardocki left foots it on the kickoff by Kevin Williams, and they'll take it at the 20-yard line with 7 seconds left. Well, Deion Sanders, the last couple of weeks, playing both ways, offense. These are the first 2 games, did not include today. More action on offense than defense. And now today, 16 of the 21 offensive snaps and 33 of the 43 on defense. And a reception of 16 yards and a fumble recovery for a 22-yard touchdown.
Of course, right now, when this team gets ahead, is when he gets a chance to take a break on defense. They bring in Alundis Bryce and give Deion a break on defense.
And on offense, just using a couple of tight ends. They'll probably just do a kneel down here. And so it is for Aikman, and that'll tick away the final seconds of this first half. A couple of turnovers, the difference. Deion Sanders scooping up a fumble for a touchdown. An interception led to another. 21-9 the lead for Dallas. We go to New York and Greg Gumbel. And welcome back to Texas, where the Super Bowl defending champions enjoy a 21-9 halftime lead. The Colts started well with that long 10-minute drive to open the game, and they finished with a 52-yard field goal, but in between, Dallas.
Yeah, but even though they're only down by 12, I would like to see the Colts run the ball more. I think they're running the ball very successfully.
Well, the Coors Light halftime statistics, what catches your eye, Phil?
Well, the one thing, the 2 turnovers, and you could say, well, Indy could be in this game if it wasn't for the turnovers. So don't forget, Dallas is dominating the physical part of the game, and that's the reason why the Colts turned it over, and that's why Dallas is winning.